Welcome back to Little Alchemist Helper. Got another low-key episode. I took a look at our viewing statistics, and I found out that the last one of these I made was pretty successful. Not necessarily in the clicks, but in the overall time watched category. So obviously some of you guys like to watch this. Now, as promised, I'm not going to be editing my deck. I'm not going to be buying stuff. I'm just going to play. I'm going to play. I'm going to chat, and we'll see where this takes us. I'm pretty sure last time I was working on Terrence here, not Philip. Philip's somebody totally different. Got his card. Moving on to Ariel. Been grinding this boss for quite a while. Still no card. Maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe we'll get it in the 3 turns. Pretty doubtful. It's a pretty slim chance, but still grinding away on that. And then once we get that taken care of, saved my goblin for today. So that should be nice little bonus material. Let's see if we can actually win 3 in a row. Now, Ariel, like Terrence, doesn't have a whole bunch of like critical strike or crushing blow or reflect cards, so pretty safe using the lucky power. But when she chooses elementalist, I can get myself in trouble. And I've actually changed up my deck quite a bit since the last time. Honestly, blindly, I threw a whole bunch of Onyx cards in there just to kind of get a feel for the combos, just get a little bit more used to the combos that, the Onyx cards that I do have make. And there you can see it's twice in a row she's used her 5 orbs to play Curse, which, I mean, that's not even a threat. It's an easy win. Second, 2 matches, 2 bronze cards. If I can get 3 matches, I can go for the energy refill and then get all 6 right in a row. It'll be like, I planned this. I didn't plan this. I didn't plan this at all. But anyway, let's see here. Not quite enough, not quite enough. Alright, let's keep going, let's keep going. Should get this. No problems. Alright. So we're gonna get a full 6 battles. Nice. It's nice when that works out. Especially when it's not a whole ton of planning involved and she doesn't randomly come at me with like a counterattack card. That's the worst. I remember the second to last boss doing that like crazy to me when I was grinding for her boss card. The second to last boss on the little town. The like half... What is her name? It's gonna bother me. She's like kind of a mermaid. She's like a fish monster lady. Alright, I'm gonna go look up her name, because it's driving me nuts. What's her name? You probably know. Okay, 2-second detour. So I want to say Elmira, but I know who Elmira is. Gem has those reflect cards. They will destroy your world. That's Elmira. This is Elmira. She, I think, also has some reflect cards that will just completely destroy your world. But I digress. We're fighting Ariel, not either of those two. And she doesn't seem to have nearly as many. She plays mostly curse cards, occasionally a defense card, and then occasionally one of the 3 that will, actually beat you. So, last time I asked for random questions, and I got one. I got one question, and that question was, How personal can the questions be? Now that is a meta question, and I like it. And I'm pretty sure I answered it back in the comments. And going forward, to be fully honest, if I feel like the question's too personal, I can talk my way around the question if I so choose, or I'll let you guys know. I don't have a whole lot to hide. Obviously, my name isn't Salamander Sam. Salamander Sam, if you say it enough, you'll realize that it's just a salamander named Sam. And you move the space around, and then you get an internet persona, I guess. Well, there's another defense card. But that does lead into how personal can the questions be. Obviously, I'm not really Salam. That's not a real name as far as I'm aware. A lot of people have asked me where I'm from because they read my name, or they see my email, which is not very hard to go find, and they just assume that that's real, and apparently people read in their heads. They can't move the space, which that's fine. I probably totally wouldn't notice it either. Oh, by the way, this is a diamond goblin, not just your regular old run-of-the-mill garbage goblin. We're diamond hunting. But on to the fictitious questions. Where does my name come from? Where does the Salamander Sam come from? Honestly, that was something that my buddies just used to say. They were, ooh, the boost. I wasn't expecting a boost. Banshee Empress, I don't think that's enough to level that card up. They were very amused that you couldn't say Salamander Sam without, it's really hard to say Salamander Sam. You have to put it together. It's just something stupid back in high school. No, that was Banshee, right? That's what I got. B-A-N. Yeah, that's what I got. 10 more pieces away. Apparently I can upgrade some of these other ones, though. Didn't even notice. Must have picked them up at the last. Oh, goodness. Must have picked up these other... Yes, I have a hoarding problem. Don't judge me. Picked up these other onyx fragments at the end of the last week and not checked and actually gotten... Where is the beginning? Did I loop it somehow? No. Okay. Sweet. Level 2 Ninja Sorcerer. Not that impressive. Clown Car. Level 1. Still not usable. But now it won't be sitting at the front of that upgrade pool. But anyway, we'll move on. We'll move on to the decks. So unlike all of your other favorite Twitch streamers and YouTubers, I don't have a good story for where my name came from. It's just kind of something that's always been around. It was my Xbox Live account. Well, it still is. I don't play Xbox very much anymore. And then it's what I named the account, when I started doing mobile gaming. I kept it because, it's one of those weird conglomerations of letters that doesn't, I can put it in any like server and it's never taken. Now, if you guys go start stealing it, that's not going to be the case, and I'm going to be disappointed. But I like having names that don't require numbers. And I found that Andersam, or Mr. Andersam, or Salamander Sam, I could usually get away with. And that's why I've stuck with it so long. But we're going to move on. As you can see, I'm already losing in the arena. I switched over because I ran out of energy. And I beat the Diamond Goblin. So we'll play some arena. I've definitely got some more time to hang out here. Welcome. How do you even pronounce that name? Somebody in the comments leave a phonetic pronunciation to this person's name, because they're new to the top bucket where there are always a choice for the people at the top, and I have no idea how to even begin to pronounce that name. So if it's you, or if you know, leave like a phonetic spelling in the comment section, and then I'll be able to pronounce it. Because like, that's QT. How do you pronounce a Q without a U? I don't know. Maybe it's not English. Wow. But apparently I'm just going to get destroyed in the arena today. Today's just going to be a not so great arena day. And my choices are not getting any easier. Might as well try a real challenge. I almost kept that hand. It's really looking like I should have, because this is not any better. So I guess I can give you guys some tips for playing in the arena against the super high level players, especially Avatar here or Winter. You're always going to be Winter to me. You know who you are. His deck doesn't have like a super high fused to unfused ratio. So when the AI takes over, it's not smart enough to realize that it needs to really focus on only playing at least one fused combo card every turn. There's, yeah, I just got stuck doing the same thing. And honestly, I just made my deck a lot more like his when I changed it, but rarely. See there, he just did it, so he's making me eat my own words. Will he get all 5 orbs in 2 turns? So usually that's going to be the way to beat him, is you gotta outspeed his AI deck, and it's more possible than a lot of these other ones. Backlash here. The key to Backlash's deck is to watch out for the Reflect or the Counter Strike traps, because I know he's got a couple, and so you have to keep a really, really close eye on how many orbs he has. Yeah, I'm going to go with that, and not play one of your Critical Strike cards when he's got full orbs, because that's like a surefire way to lose. Yeah, he just really loves playing those Reflect cards just at the right time. But as long as you keep that in mind, you can usually overpower his deck. Let's see what my next options are. I didn't look. I saw red and I instantly clicked. Spider here. his deck is very similar to mine in terms of how quickly it generates orbs. And I may have just clogged mine up and see, like, there he got 4 in 2 turns. That's pretty uncommon for his deck, at least when the AI is playing. .42, 43, tie. Man, it's almost like I should try the tiebreaker. I had so much better luck the last time I did this. Alright, we'll try this one more time. We'll try this one more time. Anyway, other random questions. As soon as my brain can make a decision. My favorite question of all time, my favorite random question of all time, is definitely how much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? And even though I've asked that question probably hundreds of times to various people with the camera on, I still stutter it up. But anyway, the reason that that's my favorite question is because it has an actual answer. Some crazy scientist went and figured it out and said it was 700 pounds. And it's like, what? Why would you take that question seriously enough as a scientist to go figure out that it's 700 pounds of wood? And how much is 700 pounds of wood? Like that seems excessive, but, you know, I guess wood is also quite heavy, so maybe that's not as much as I think it is. I don't know. Certainly more wood than I could chuck. But then the other question is, so a woodchuck is just a groundhog, kind of like a puma and a mountain lion are like the same thing, and a cougar. Puma, mountain lion, cougar. Yeah, all the same animal. Woodchuck, groundhog. Exact same thing. So, who saw a groundhog and is like, I'm going to call that a woodchuck? They don't do anything with trees. They don't climb them. They don't cut them down. It's like, did they see a groundhog and think, that's like a baby beaver, I'm going to call it a woodchuck? Like, that's way wrong. Like, they don't have anything to do with trees. But then you can take it a step farther, and you're like, groundhog, that's got that same weird name configuration where it's like a noun and then a verb, like a woodchuck. Like groundhogs, you can do the same thing. How much ground would a groundhog hog if a groundhog could hog ground? But nobody ever asks that. And that's just, I mean, do they not ask it because a groundhog can hog ground? Like, that's actually what it's doing? It's like stealing it for itself? And they're certainly annoying if you ever get them in your yard. But that's probably not a real problem that very many people have faced because you live not... groundhogs aren't generally a problem if you live in any sort of urbanized area. And while I also live in an urbanized area, I have family who does not. Family who farms, and they have huge problems with them in their yard. Thankfully, they can keep them out of the fields pretty well. But, oh, dang it, I said watch out for this with backlash. Oh, I got lucky. I got lucky there, guys. Anyway, and then I think about other animals that have the same, noun verb name, and there aren't very many of them. I mean, you've got like a fruit bat, which instantly brings to mind like a little bat holding a baseball bat and trying to like throw an apple in the air and smack it. But You've got like a clip springer, but that's much harder to do. I mean, you can do fruit bat. How much fruit would a fruit bat bat if a fruit bat could bat fruit? The clip springer, that's a lot harder. If you don't know what a clip springer is, you should look them up. They're like a crazy animal. They live like on the side of mountains, and we're just like one misstep and they can just fall hundreds of feet and die. But because they are what they are, they don't. And they live on the side of mountains just fine. And that's also crazy. But then, I think the ultimate one of these jokes comes from Star Wars. And that's because there's a magical word that's both a noun and a verb. And then it gets used twice to create a name. And so you can ask the question, and it's a correct English sentence. How many jars could a Jar 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 if a Jar Jar could jar jars? And that is the most ridiculous thing. But it's totally a legitimate question because our language is just broken. I'm glad I'm not just losing or tying all of these battles. No! Why do I talk? Why do I talk? Why do I talk? Why do I talk about the game? Why don't I just ramble about stupid stuff? The second I talk about the game, no more winning for you. Alright, we're gonna do it. We're gonna play Tap Dog. See if we can beat him with a water serpent. If not a water serpent, maybe another Pokemon based critical strike card. We'll see. I think I've got 4 in here now. Alright, there's the first one. Clearly, the water type should easily beat that fire type. Okay, I should be cutting it thin, cutting it close. I want more defense than that. 29 versus 26. 29 it is. Oh, his deck falls apart at the last second. Now the real question is, do I drag this out? One more round. We're going to try and kill him with Water Dragon again. Fine. I've got the 1 in there, and that's good enough for me. With 1 HP remaining. Alright. 1 HP remaining. I'm going to call that good. But for real, guys, if you could give me questions rather than me make up my own stupid questions, I would greatly appreciate it. Oh, another random question I wanted to talk about. What is a Discord? That is another one that I've legitimately gotten. And it's literally it's an app that you can get for your phone, or I think there's a computer version as well. It's just chat. It's not voice, it's just text. And then a lot of people are like, is there a way to turn off the notifications for the Discord because you guys talk too much? Yes. Just go in the settings and turn off notifications, and then you can pop in. I think it will still push a notification if someone @s you, but I think you can turn that off as well. I don't know. Now I'm talking about things that I have no idea about, which is totally different than before. Anyway, bye.